folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Good Critters. Now this isn't a full-on review for a couple reasons. One, this is not quite the final copy. It's pretty close. It's like a beta thing. Most of the artwork you see, there will be some minor component changes and things, but this is essentially the game. This is coming out at Gen Con this year, but it will be available in stores in August or September. You'll be able to get this. This is the next Dice Tower Essential game. Now, Dice Tower Essentials is a line of games that I curate, printed by Arcane Wonders, and these are games that I find that I think are amazing. And when I first played this game, it was originally called Tief Taschen. You can go see from my review, my rating, and what I think of the game. I thought it was amazing. It was so much fun. Just this whole bluffing. It was a politically themed game where you were different presidents being corrupt. Well, it's been rethemed into Animal Land, and now this Good Critters game is basically you are mafia splitting up money after a heist. And you got to do that in the sneakiest ways possible. Here's how it plays. Game, each player is going to start with a certain number of loot. Loot is going to be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000. The rest of it's going to be shuffled into a large pile with the fuzz placed somewhere near the bottom, and when this card shows up, it's going to end the game. Each player is going to take one of these evil characters, and then you're going to get 5 action cards for that character. These cards are Yes, No, Guard, Rob, and Skim. One person's going to start by being the boss. That person's going to draw cards equal to the number of players plus 2, and they're going to be dividing this loot out amongst everyone else. When dividing the loot, they can divide it any way they want. So let's say we're playing a 4-player game. I'll say I'm going to give myself 10, I'm going to give Bob 5, I'm going to give Judy 13, and Susan, you get nothing. All right. Now, once I've decided how to divide up the money, then everybody is going to talk and discuss how this works, and then you're going to play an action card. Now, the no's and the yeses are going to affect whether the loot is split up or not. So if there is equal or more yeses, then it goes through. And I get my money, you get your money. So if no one says anything at all, we all get the money. If one person says yes, we get the money. If one person says yes and one person says no, we get the money. If 2 people say no and one person says yes, it doesn't happen. So if there are more no's, then the first person clockwise who said no becomes the new boss. The money goes back in the middle, we add 2 more cards, and we split it up again. And we're going to do this until the money gets split up. But you say, Vasel, there's 3 other cards. Right, there's a skim card. You can play a skim card, it's not yes or no, and you get the top card of the loot pile into your hand. However, only the first person to do this. So the boss is going to play first. If they're the first person to do it, they're going to get that. Also, though, you can make threats against other players. Each person has a different card. Basically, they have a guard in front of them. You have these tokens here, and each player is going to have one of them, and you're going to be able to play that token in front of somebody else. These threat tokens, so let's say I put this threat token in front of Sally. Now, if I play a Rob card, and that threat token's in front of her, I will be able to steal a random card from her hand. Ha 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 ha. Unless she plays a guard card, in which case she steals a card from my hand. But the guard card doesn't work unless I play the Rob card. And the Rob card and the guard card don't work at all if I don't put this in front of her. But of course I can put that in front of her, and I can play skim, or I can play no or yes. And that's what's going to happen. This is going to continually happen over and over again until we hit that end of the game card, and then everyone adds up their cash, and whoever has the most cash wins. There's also a module which I highly recommend you play with, where everyone gets some bribe money. This is smaller bribe money. It's only used in bribing in this game. And you also get these 2 no or yes tokens. You can bribe people with this money or with loot money if you want to. And I can say, hey, I want you to vote no. So I have 2 tokens. You must vote no. Or I could say, hey, I want you to vote yes. Or someone else will be like, I want you to vote no, but you can't look at that card. Either way, when it comes time for me to vote, if I vote no, then I get this money. If I vote no here, I do not get the money. So you can try to bribe again people to get them to vote your way. That's how you play. Try to get some moolah. I hope you give this game a try. I really like it. There is no game in the Dice Tower Essentials line that I do not really like. And I have to say, of all the games that we've done since the very first one, Sheriff of Nottingham, this is the one that I've been the most excited about, because I have played Tief Taschen, the game that this was based on. I probably played that game 50 times at this point. I love it. To sit there, it scales well. It plays great with 4, plays great with 8. I think it goes up to 8. Yeah, and it plays in 30 minutes. You're making deals back and forth. One person might be president 5 turns in a row, and suddenly someone's like, no, we got to stop this guy. He keeps skimming off the top. That time when everyone has put those threat tokens in front of each other, but nobody robs each other, or nobody votes on a process at all except one person votes no, and suddenly the whole thing falls apart, and that person's the president. This game is hilarious fun, and it has that back and forth, watching people's fortunes go up and down, lets you scheme and stuff, and it all is based around essentially a rock, paper, scissors mechanism with 5 cards, but the different combinations and different things back and forth, and you'll see people get into character. Really entertaining game. I hope you check it out. I hope you like it. That's Good Critters.